We do have some, are you here for the eight? Good morning, we'll call the 8:15 calendar. We do have somebody in the courtroom, sir. If you'd come up and have a seat and for the record, in a clear voice, tell us who you are.
I'm Andrew Gosot.
Mr. Gogat, good morning. It looks like we're at the end of an SOC and the issue is the tedious issue, money.
It's been a hard one, that's for sure.
You what now?
It's been a hard one, the money part.
What do you want us to do? Is there a reason?
Just been having lots of trouble. I've had a job in a long while, because I've had my license. I just literally got my license back now, so I get to go get a job and a lot better chance now and get back on the horse. I was homeless not even a year ago, and now
Oh, yeah, right.
yeah, and I bought a fifth wheel, got my license back. It took a lot, but and right now I want to ask a question about. I heard that you can get vouchers to help you with that because I don't have enough money to actually go get my license. I passed my test and everything, but
Well, patience. You look well, you look healthy, and that is good to see. Sometimes the city is willing to give you more time to raise the 250 if you think that's something you want to do.
I
something
need it.
you ask for. The other option would be sometimes the city says, hey, if you want to give up on it, we'll just convert it to a conviction. No jail time, no nothing. Just close the file. What would you like to do here? One more time to pay the fine?
yes, I'd like to pay it.
Well, that's up to the city. It's
How much time do you think you need? 3 months, 6 months,
No more than 6 months.
no more than 6 months? Okay,
It's only $250, isn't it? Yeah,
250.
I should be able to. I'm looking for a job right now. It shouldn't take me long to get a job now that I have my license.
and it doesn't need to be paid all at once. It can be paid in
Yeah,
installments. So if you find yourself with an extra $25 and want to work that 250 down, then
All
that's
right.
How much time do you think you need?
Six, 6 months.
Be 6 months?
That'd be $50 a month, or right? Like, yeah.
Things change.
Yeah, if something that changes, I could get a hold of you guys, but I think I can do that. I think I manage that.
Let's reset the matter to a September court date.
I already went to jail twice for this. I gotta freaking pay it.
How about September 14th? September 14th, give you another court date with the understanding that it'll be paid in full by then. If it is, I'm assuming the city will waive presence. You don't have to show up. But if you haven't been able to pay it, things do change. If you haven't been able to show up or haven't been able to pay, show up.
Oh,
Sure, we'll deal with it. And I want to assure you that unless something really, really odd happens in the meanwhile, the city's willingness to simply convert it to a conviction and close the file would that very likely would still be open. Mr. Kokot, it's thank you for coming in. I'll sign an order to that effect. You can get a copy of that. I want you to pay that $50 a month if you can, with the whole thing due.
by September,
Fire.
court date,
Okay,
September 8th.
that's. I'm going to wish you the best of luck. You look well. You look healthy. Sounds like life is going in the right direction.
It is slowly but surely going though. For
I'm
sure.
glad to see that.
Yeah, it's been tough. Getting better though. Haven't had my license in so long. Now I'm getting that back. That's just.
Now it's kind of hard to function in this world without the ability to drive from here to there.
Especially when you do paint and drywall for a living.
Yeah, so first things first, I signed the order. You can get a copy of that at the window. Go to the window. It'll have your next court date on that and today's ruling. Okay,
All right.
Mr. Gokot, thank you for appearing. You take care of yourself and have a good day.
You guys do.
The jail is on. We don't have anybody else on. We can come back to that before and say yes. Well, you want to address the no shows, we can certainly do that at this time.
Sure.
The first one would be John Appleby. That's, he's yeah, that's since his issue here, he has Thurston County District Olympia Municipal issues.
Okay. City moves to issue
Warrant,
warrant for let's say 1,000.
cash or bonds, so ordered. Ashley Johnson would be the next one, and that's simply a yeah, Mr. Appleby was released on February 21st with his assurance that he would be here on March 2nd. Well, if he shows up somehow, we'll reset. Ashley Johnston, end of an SOC.
Yeah, city makes the same motion and.
Granted. 1,000 cash or bond, warrant issue. Cyrus Rosnick, that's simply a community service issue.
Yeah. City makes the same motion, same amount.
And if the jail is not ready to do anything, we'll simply
They're able to drive me still, right?
Yeah, I think so.
There's Ann.
Good
Ann, good morning.
morning, sir.
Yeah, let's see you.
What I have. You stop video. No, I don't want to do that. I unclicked the stop video. It did have a little red line through it, and I clicked that. So what is?
Things are changing.
Why is it not? Why is it not on? See, if I click stop video, now there's a red line through it. It says. And then if I go back to the icon and click it again, it says start video. Oh, well, if I was smart enough, I'd figure out to,
Now I can see.
undo the lens cover. So I apologize.
That would be of help.
Yeah, I apologize for that. Sorry. So, okay, we got the volume. Okay. So I'm sitting here and I'll have him seated here. We're going to take up the matters of Joseph Andrew Johnson. Come on, Joe. Why don't you go ahead and have a seat?
And you're gonna sit with me?
Yeah, I'll sit with you. Just here. I'll move the chair over and you have a seat.
Okay, hold on. Oh, sorry.
Good morning, sir. Is your name Joseph Andrew Johnson?
Yes, yes,
Are you able to hear me okay?
yes.
I'll turn to your attorney, Mr. Haverco, whom I'm appointing to represent you in this matter.
Thank you, Your Honor. I had an opportunity to discuss both of these matters with Mr. Johnson and review the police reports, the factual basis for the charges. I also reviewed with him what an arraignment is to be read in open court, the charges, the elements that would have to be proved, the maximums that could be imposed, and his rights to trial and all of his other rights. So I think he understands what an arraignment is. The parties have reached an agreement. He would like to, as part of that agreement, waive his arraignment and proceed with a disposition today. He actually does not have any criminal record at this point. And so we're proposing the court accept a stipulated order of continuance. Normally, we often will charge a $250 probation fee, and we're proposing a $125 probation fee on each case for a global total of $250. And I did ask him whether or not he's in a position to pay that. And he says, yeah, if he has a year to pay, he can pay $25 a month, to get the benefit of a dismissal, which he's pretty interested in doing. And so he'd like to proceed.
Mr. Johnson, first, let me ask you, do you disagree with anything at all that Mr. Haverco just said?
No.
He's indicated you're willing to waive arraignment and proceed to a disposition in this case, which would involve a stipulated order of continuance. Is that correct?
What is that?
That's what I told you. It's
Okay,
continued for you
yeah,
to get.
okay, yeah.
Mr. Ratfield, anything to add to the on behalf of the city?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Mr. Johnson, the agreement is over a period of time. If you stay out of trouble, that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
And you're indicating you can pay a probation fee in the amount of total amount of $250.
Yeah.
Now that was the first question I had. Are you going to be able to pay that?
Yes, with how long is it, a year?
You get a year, so
Yeah.
about 25 a month.
Yeah, 25 a month, yes.
Yeah.
If that becomes a problem, what I want you to do is get a hold of me. There's other
Okay.
things like community service, what have you. That's we'll deal with that. Okay.
Okay,
Now, in return for the agreement to get these charges dismissed, keep your record clean.
Yeah.
You've given up your right to go to trial. There's going to be no witnesses. If you violate this agreement and the city proves that, we'll simply have a hearing based on the police reports, and you know what that would result in, findings likely than not. And that would expose you to the likelihood, the possibility anyway, of significant jail time. You realize that?
Yeah.
Mr. Johnson, I'm going to wish you the best of luck, and we'll give you or you can get from Mr. Haverco a copy of the SOC, the agreement. I want you to review that when you get a chance to, and call us if you have any questions.
okay,
Well, let me tell you again, I don't like to hold people in jail that have I felt like the only way we were gonna resolve your matters is, they go back to, 2021 was, for you to be, held on some sort of bail. I'm gonna wish you the best of luck, and if you have no other holds on you, which I assume you do not, you'll be released, very shortly, okay?
Okay,
Good luck to
Thank
you.
you, thank you, Your Honor.
I don't have any other holds on me.
No, I don't think. Okay, go ahead and have seats on the black chair.
They were looking through that, oh,
Yeah, okay.
they were looking through that TV tray, I think.
Okay. Morning, Judge. This is Robert Irwin. He comes before the court for basically a failure to comply, hearing. He's on a stipulated order of continuance. I did have a chance to speak with him in the Nisqually jail and talk about when the agreement was entered and what he was supposed to be doing and, why he's in jail at the moment. And,
Yes.
and I said, well, what the court really needs to know is with the amount of time that's left, and there is still some time.
Yes.
There's some.
Yeah.
But, the court wants to know, hey, if you're released, are you going to be able to tackle these tasks and get them done? And so he says he has work available and he has some work opportunities lined up. And all that's holding him back is he's in here and he just wants an opportunity to try to prove to the courts that he complete these tasks. And we did review all of the things he has to do. He hasn't really, unfortunately, and it's been because of some unemployment and financial struggles. He hasn't made much progress, but he still would like to try. So I told him, I said, well, what we'd asked for today is for release. And the court may want to set up some kind of an out of custody, show cause review hearing, on the typically what would be kind of like the 8/15 calendar. So that's what we're requesting, Judge. But we do admit that, there's no compliance yet, but there is some time remaining. The agreement expires, it looks like the time's up in around December of 23.
Mr. Radcliffe, anything on behalf of the city?
No, Your Honor, city has nothing to add.
Mr. Irwin, the reason that you're held on bail is you've failed to appear 7 different times.
Yes.
And then for various hearings. I released you about a month ago and you promised to appear in a few days.
Yes, sir.
You didn't hear a word. I'm talking. And you didn't show up. We didn't hear from you. Now I don't have any assurance that you're going to follow through with this, but I'm going to go with that. We'll give you one last chance. We're going to set up a review hearing. And if you don't show up for that, a warrant is going to come out for your arrest. We need to get back here. You do have quite a bit of time left on this, but you need to, start complying, start following through with the obligations you have, and just show up for court. If you show up for court, I'm not going to take you into custody. We'll deal with the situation as best as we can. But if you don't show up, I have to issue a warrant for your arrest, and there you are. And this is, after not appearing 7 times, I look forward to seeing you in April 13th. That's going to be your next court date. Seeing you then, but we'll find out whether I do or not. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Judge.
You know what you have to do, Mr. Irwin?
Yes, can I talk to you for a second? So I have the impact panel, right?
You have to do the whole thing. You gotta get an alcohol evaluation.
Evaluation and all those things take money, and I'm just now getting on the money, sir, and I promise you that.
Okay. Mr. Irwin, I look forward to seeing you on April 13th, and let's just see what kind of progress you made by that time. You do have until the end of this year, at least, until to come into compliance with the agreement. But you need to get started, and you need to just show up in court. After 7 non-appearances, when scheduled to appear, that doesn't speak well. Good luck to you. Hope to see you April 13th.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Okay, he's done. Yeah, you are. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think they're now gonna get, they're gonna, the men and women are housed differently, so they're now.
True story.
Right.
Any idea who they're gonna bring next or?
Well, it'd be, I assume they're gonna bring Pestka and Marissa Carrick.
One or the other?
Yeah, hopefully both. They were really ready this morning. I was surprised when I arrived at the jail. There was actually a custody guy waiting for me to arrive and take me right in. It's never happened before. I don't know.
That's wow.
I was like, wow.
That continues in the future. That's.
I just said, gosh, this almost gives me the fake belief that I'm important.
That was
But he assured me that I was not. So, you know.
either that or they just want to have you get people released so they have more room in there. I don't.
Right. Yeah.
But no, that is good news indeed.
Yeah.
Do you know what the total population there in the jail is at this time? Since they changed the way of their website, I can no longer access that information.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's a pretty good sized facility from my point of view. You know, I mean, compared to Thurston County Jail, it's pretty good size. There's quite a bit of housing here.
The last time I was able to tell, they're usually 200-300, and about half of them are DOC.
Yeah. Well, it seems to be a growing business.
And it must be lucrative.
Yeah.
If it's, the extent to which it's growing.
Right.
You know, the jail that you're in right now, the infrastructure is geared so that they can build out to 800 inmates, the kitchen facilities, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Utility, they would accommodate up to 800 beds.
Judge, if you know, what is that? How does that compare to the Thurston County Jail? If you know
anymore, I have no idea.
Okay. Yeah.
I've been out of private practice
Right.
for way too long.
Right.
I'll date myself back when the courthouse was on Capitol Way there across from the state buildings.
Okay.
Jail was on the upper floor of that building, and you take the elevator up to it, get off the elevator, and they take you right down to the cell that was in, and you sat face to face. And
wow,
things have changed.
I hear you.
According to my cursory research, Thurston County Jail has a 500 bed capacity.
500. Wow. I think when I started doing this,
I thought they might be here yet. They're not quite. I looked in the hall and there's no one there yet. So.
Mr. Ratcliffe just indicated, based on some research that he got online, which I'm not capable of doing. In fact, Thurston County Jail, their max population is, they're 500.
Oh, wow.
500.
I didn't think that they were really that big. They're really not that large of a facility.
I
Yeah,
know King County, the King County multi-story jail, that's in the thousands.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Your Honor.
One of the, I was told once by one of the people that work there that it says you slap the side of this building and 1,000 birds fly in and out every day.
Before I look this up. I was like, on the record that I would think. Based on there's new hearings.
Oh.
Doesn't matter which one.
it is.
10,000, 7,500 or 10,000.
This can't be correct.
What's your name, ma'am? Are you Chandra or are you Miss Karen?
Story building. I don't know.
This can't be.
Carissa Parrott.
Maybe it. I don't know.
Are you Marissa Carrick?
Carissa Parrott.
Oh, is it Parrot or Carrot?
Parrott.
Okay, I just got, okay. Go and have a seat in the black chair.
It's a mystery.
Yes, the mystery. Okay. So it's Carissa Perrick. Morning, Judge. This is Carissa Perrick. And she comes on for an arraignment today on a theft charge. And so I've had an opportunity to contact her in the Nisqually jail and review. I was provided by, even though it was kind of last minute a little bit, I was provided a copy of the police report. And so I had the arrest report, the file and everything, was able to review that with her, and we discussed the case, and we also discussed what an arraignment is, which is you come to court and you typically enter not guilty plea, you read your rights, the elements of the charge, the maxims that can be imposed. She understands the charge and she understands her rights. And in light of that, she wants to proceed with waiving arraignment today and proceed with disposition today. She's just simply in custody for failing to appear, and she has very little record. And so city's, recommendation essentially would be, time served and everything suspended for a year and $250 court costs, which she said she can pay. We discussed that. And so I'd ask Your Honor to inquire.
Good morning, ma'am. For the record, is your full name Carissa Kim Perrick?
Yes.
Ms. Perrick, do you disagree with anything at all that Mr. Haverco has said?
No.
I am appointing him to represent you in this matter. He indicates you're willing to waive arraignment, proceed to an entry of a plea to what you're charged with, which is theft in the 3rd degree, and proceed to disposition. Is that correct?
Yes.
I'm looking at a statement of defendant on plea of guilty to 1 count of theft in the 3rd degree. It tells me you're 33 years of age. Any issues at all understanding the plea process?
No.
Have you gone over the process with your attorney? You realize if I accept the plea, you give up the rights contained in paragraph 5 in that form, no trial, no appeal, simply a sentencing, which could be up to a 1 day short of a year in jail and or a $5,000 fine. You realize that?
Yes.
To 1 count of theft in the 3rd degree alleged to have occurred within the city of Yelm on January 23rd of 2021. How do you plead guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
You make that plea of your own free will.
Yes.
Anybody make any threats or promises to you to make you plead guilty?
No.
I will find the plea to be freely, knowingly, and voluntarily made. And your statement of paragraph 11 does satisfy the facts of the plea. Mr. Atfield, anything further with regard to the recommended sentence? Ms. Perrick, I've heard the recommendation. You have a right to tell me anything you wish. Is there anything you'd like me to know? You don't have to say anything.
No.
I'm going to follow the recommendation. 364 days in jail, all suspended for a year on the condition that you have law-abiding behavior. There's also a recommended $250 probation fee. Do you have the ability to take care of that at the rate of $25 a month?
Yes,
Now, I want you to be sure of that. Mr. Haverco, am I correct in assuming she does have the,
Yeah, we did talk about that, Judge, because, I explained that that's typically what the city will recommend, but oftentimes that can be waived due to indigency, and she is in custody at the moment, but and you do have sort of enough income to actually pay that. Yeah, so we talked about whether or not she could actually pay, $25 a month, and I asked her that question. She thought she could. So.
Ms. Perry, set it at $250 with this understanding. If you find you're not able to take care of that obligation, I want you to get a hold of Mr. Haverco or get a hold of us, and we can add you to a calendar, and we can deal with that. There's alternatives to a monetary payment, and we can discuss those if the situation calls. No question at all. Let me close by saying that I do not like to have people held in jail, except this is one of those situations where, given the history of the thing, which is over 2 years now, I thought the only way that I'd be able to talk to you would be to have some minor bail set. If you have no other holds on you, you will be released on this hold by the end of today. Good luck to you, Ms. Perry.
thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Hello.
I'm trying
Want to have a seat in the black chair?
Black chair? Okay, I'll go to the black chair.
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Chandra Pestka. She comes on before the court for an arraignment on a theft charge, and she doesn't have a criminal record. I was able to talk to her about her case, and she understands what the factual basis was and recalls the incident. I also discussed with her what an arraignment is. It's typically you come to court, you enter a not guilty plea, you're told you have the right to trial, what the elements of the offense are, what the maxims that could be imposed. She understands that. And as part of an agreement, she would like to waive arraignment and proceed with disposition today. Again, because she doesn't actually have a record, the city is willing to go along with a stipulated order of continuance. Remain law-abiding for 12 months, pay a $250 probation fee. And again, I did talk with her about that specifically, and she says that she does have some income to pay $25. And so, because I told her, if you can't, let me know. But anyway, so she'd like to proceed.
Ms. Pesca, do you disagree with anything at all that Mr. Haverco just said? I am appointing him to represent you in this matter, by the way.
Yes, I know, I'm okay with what he's saying, yeah.
You are entitled to be arraigned on the charge, enter a plea of not guilty, have the matter set for a pretrial. Your attorney indicates that you want to resolve the matter today by way of a stipulated order of continuance. Is that correct?
Correct.
Now, stipulated order of continuance is basically a contract. It's an agreement between yourself and the city, negotiated by your attorney, under the terms of which the charge can be dismissed if, most importantly, you stay out of trouble.
Yes, I plan on it.
And what we've had problems with before is appear for court when directed. That's the reason why you're being held.
Yes, yes.
Of course, there's a probation fee of $250, which you're able to pay at $25 a month. On April 2nd, I assume we've discussed your ability to pay with Mr.
Yes.
Those are the conditions. Most importantly, and the only one that's really important to me, is stay out of trouble.
I plan on it. I don't want to be in here ever again. This is like, I've been here for 3 Thursdays now. I'm ready to go home.
Well, I don't want you to go back, and whether the keys to that jail are right there in your pocket.
I know. I know.
So, if you commit a criminal offense and get arrested for it,
Yep.
or if we have to issue a warrant, which I do not want to do.
No, I don't plan on it.
On this charge, and I assume be free to go by before too long here, okay?
Yeah, I was hoping they would let me catch the bus across the street and just ride it back to Yelm, but I don't know if we could arrange that or not.
You might talk to the jail about that. I know I see people as I drive past the jail, waiting for a bus.
Yeah,
The jail will let you know how to get back here.
okay, thank you.
Ms. Pesca, good luck to you. You take care of yourself, okay?
I will. I plan on behaving myself.
Good luck. Take care.
Thank you.
Problem making the payments, just let us know. We can deal with it.
Yeah, I'll give you a call and I'll let you make sure I call and give a heads notice or something.
Please.
Yes,
Thank you, Your Honor.
thank you.
Thanks, sir.
Jessica, thank you.
Thank you, sir. No, I'm today.
That leaves Mr. Tran. Oh, okay. It's Mr. Rikers. Good morning. And your name is? Nicholas Aaron Rikers. Come on up. Your attorney is here by way of Zoom. Good morning, Mr. Nerlach. Your client is in the courtroom and we'll call your case this time. Good morning.
And good morning, Your Honor. And so I suppose that for the record, Dougal Nerlich appearing on behalf of Mr. Rikers, who is as noted present in the court. Your Honor, I'm newly retained on this matter. In fact, so new I don't believe I've yet received discovery from the city. And so I think that's more or less par for the course that whenever the packet comes on, there is that's suitable discovery. I think that we more or less speedy resets so that I have an opportunity to get up to speed. So I think that that's really what we'll have to end up doing here today. Just reset those so I can get discovery from the city and good company.
Request is to reset.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Ratcliffe, anything from the city on this behalf? The request is to reset the matter to April 15th. Mr. Nerlich, I'm signing an order to that effect. We'll be sending you and your client is right here. He can pick up a copy of today's order at the window. Mr. Rikers, any question at all? Same question, same conditions of release remain in effect until they're modified. Stay in touch with your attorney. We'll see you back here on April 13th, okay? Again, you can get a copy of today's order by going to the window outside the courtroom.
All right, thank you. Will do.
Hey, take care. Have a good day.
You too.
So Nerlach, that concludes the hearing. You can sign off and you
Thank you. You too. Thank you.
Chris is on for, let me see this. And apparently Chris is online for the other 9 o'clock. Good morning, morning, Chris.
Good morning, Your Honor. How are you?
So far, so good. Yourself?
I'm doing well. Your Honor, I have Mr. Stephen Bacon on the 9 o'clock calendar this morning. He's in my office over my right shoulder.
See him in the background.
Thank you. And so I've had some discussions. I apologize. I had a brief conversation with Mr. Dilley yesterday. I did not speak with the prosecutors handling the cases today, but I'm hoping Mr. Dilley passed on the message. The hope is we're asking to have this matter continued out about 3 months. I had Mr. Bacon execute a waiver with a commencement date of June 1st. So the hope would be to have this pretrial reset out about 3 months.
It looks like June 8th would be the court date.
If that's acceptable, that would be fantastic.
We do have I just handed to me a waiver of speedy trial signed by your client. I will sign the order approving that, and we'll reset the matter to June 8th at 9 o'clock. Does that work for you, Mr. Coker?
That will work perfectly.
Ratcliffe, that works for you?
It does, thank you.
Will do. That concludes the hearing. Mr. Bacon, you stay in touch with your attorney. Any conditions or release earlier set remain in effect.
Yes,
Any
sir.
questions at all?
No questions.
No question.
Okay, that concludes the hearing. We'll be sending you and your client a copy of the order and a copy of the waiver, which I'm approving.
Thank you, Your Honor, and have a good rest of your day. Take care.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're now on record,
You can
call
see
the
it, or you can go back to.
pretrial
Pitch.
calendar.
So, are we on the record yet?
We're on record.
Okay, morning, Your Honor. This is Alicia Ann DeCoulis. And she's matters numbers 2, 3, 4 on the 10 o'clock calendar. All matters come on for pretrial hearings on charges of theft. We have a proposed agreement. I've gone over a statement of defendant on plead guilty with her. She's going to plead guilty to item numbers 2 and 3. That's the ones ending in 935 and 937. Upon the court's acceptance of the pleas, the city then will move to dismiss as part of an agreement. Dismiss the newer, or actually it's not the newest one, but item number 4, ending in 960. And recommendation is no new criminal law violations for the next 12 months and $125 probation fee on each of the 2 cases for a total on both cases of $250. And I did discuss with her ability to pay. She thought she could pay $25 a month.
Good afternoon, ma'am. For the record, is your name Alicia Ann DeCoulis? Did I pronounce your name correctly? If I have missed it, I apologize. But I'm looking at a statement of defendant on the plea of guilty to 2 counts of theft in the 3rd degree. And those are the charges dated January 4th, 2023 and March 6th of 2022. Do you disagree at all with anything Mr. Haverco said before I started speaking?
No, I don't.
This plea form tells me you're 31 years of age. Any issues at all understanding the plea process? Were you able to go through that with Mr. Haverco? And did he answer any questions you might have about the process?
Yeah.
If I accept the pleas, you give up the rights contained in paragraph 5. There's no trial, no appeal, simply a sentencing, which could be up to the maximum 364 days and or a $5,000 fine for each charge, regardless of what's recommended. You realize that.
Yes, sir.
With that in mind, as to 1 count of theft in the 3rd degree alleged to have occurred within the city of Yelm on March 6, 2022, and a second count of theft in the 3rd degree alleged to have occurred in the city on January 4th, 2023. How do you plead guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Do you make those pleas of your own free will?
Yes.
Anybody make any threats or promises to you to make you plead guilty?
No.
Your statement in paragraph 11 does satisfy the factual elements of the plea. I'll find the plea to be freely, knowingly, and voluntarily made. I understand I've heard the city's recommendation. Mr. Rattra, anything to add?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Mr. Haverco, anything to add to the
Nothing to add,
recommendation?
Your Honor. Ask the court to follow.
Mr. Coulis, you have a right to tell me anything you wish. You don't have to say anything, but if there's something you want me to know, now's the time.
No, I just apologize for bringing the kids in today, but I appreciate your patience.
Mr. Coulis, it's been a while. I'm glad to see these getting resolved. You've got some responsibilities, it would appear to me, in life. I want you to be devoting your attention and time towards those beautiful children.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm going to follow the recommendation 364 on each, suspended on the condition, mostly they have law-abiding behavior. The probation fee, $125 each charge is going to be imposed with this provision. You know, if your financial situation changes, these are much more important than any probation fee. If your financial situation changes, let Mr. Haverco know. We can deal with that. There's community service. There's other alternatives. But I'm just going to wish you the best of luck and ask you if you have any questions.
Thank you.
And of course, charge ending in 960, dated February 3rd, is dismissed on the motion. We learn from our mistakes or we're condemned to repeat them. Hopefully this has been a learning experience, and you've got to do things for yourself first, but you've got other people that you need to keep in mind as well. Good luck to you.
Thank you so much.
I'm going to review and then sign the statement.
Yeah, you're good.
And then a judgment and sentence form, and you can get a copy of that at the window out in front, and to your left as you exit the courtroom. Good luck to you. Thank you, ma'am. Is that called a double decker or a triple? That was.
And the next matter is going to be Mr. Hing.
Hold on a minute. I've got a Mr. Ing, everything's on a computer these days and I have to, do some reviewing and some, clicking, which
I do
takes
have,
a little longer than I would like it to.
sure, I do have some contact information update.
Sign this electric.
Return to Mr. Higgins matter,
So, yeah, we've just submitted a motion for order of continuance. He's making some progress. He has proof with him today. But anyway, so he's gotten involved in the evaluation process and we need some time for him to complete that.
about how far would you like to go?
Well, we're waiving out the 4 months, so I would suggest continuing it out, say 6 weeks.
Okay, about April, how about April 27th? That's
Sure.
2 months.
Yeah. Yeah, that should be.
Let's go to April 27th. Mr. Hing, yep. Case has some age, but resolution of a criminal charge does take time and consideration. Hearing no objection from the city, will continue your matter to April 27th. That'll be at 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm signing an order to that effect. And again, any conditions of release earlier said remain in effect.
Okay.
Any questions at all?
No questions, no.
Stay in touch with your attorney. I'm signing today's order. Clicking on today's order as we speak.
Yeah, I do need a number on bench.
And Mr. Hagan, if you get a copy of today's order, it'll be at the window outside the courtroom to your left. Good luck to you. Take care. We'll see you back here in a couple of months.
All right, thank you so much.
You're free to go. Yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Ah. We'll go to that matter now.
Hello, thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor. Attorney Jay Crone here on behalf of Joseph Wachowski. And this is a 3.4 appearance. I have uploaded a motion to continue in Oak Courts that has been signed by myself and the city. We just received discovery in this case this week, so for further investigation and negotiation.
So do you have any any objection? It looks like the request is we set it out to April 27th.
Correct.
O'clock in the morning. Hearing no objection. You're in touch with your client. He's not in the courtroom, but I guess
Correct.
willing to waive his presence. We'll just present it and we'll send him a copy of today's order.
Great. Thanks so much, Your Honor. I appreciate it.
Mr. Crone, thank you. You take care of yourself and have
All right.
you in April.
You too. Take care.
Well, thank you so much.
Good morning. It's now well past 9.
I'm gonna go give Mr. What's your name, sir? Oh, never mind. Okay, I'm gonna go give Mr. Bench a call. And I'll be back. Sure.
The 945 one, Larry Young. Call the matter for the record of Yelm versus Larry Young. He was set for an arraignment at this time. He did quash his warrant. This is a case going back to December of 2017. It's got some age on it. It looks like a bail bond was posted. Has that been?
It's been forfeited and we've received the money. Now it is. We need to see.
Well, city wish to reissue a warrant. This is page 4. The Mr. Young's case going back to 2017. Apparently, it's been. He's failed to appear for arraignment 3 previous times, and this would be the 4th strike.
Yes, Your Honor. Yes.
Apparently, that's already been forfeited, and we're just waiting for the time to elapse on that. The city wish award reissued.
Yes.
2,500 cash or bond. And with that, we'll go off record. We're now back on record. Mr. Aberco, I'll defer to you.
Thank you, Judge. So what is coming up next, hopefully is on the line. Andrew Bench, are you there?
Mr. Bench, it looks like you're muted. If you'd unmute yourself, we can address your matter at this time.
There we go. All right, I'm good.
So,
Oh, you can hear me perfectly clear?
so
Yeah,
Mr.
can you hear me?
I'll defer to him.
Thank you, Judge. So, Mr. Bench, this is Dan Haverco in the courtroom, your court-appointed public defender attorney. And just for the record, I've had an opportunity to discuss this matter with Mr. Bench. He understands this matter comes on for a pretrial hearing on a theft charge. He's prepared to enter a straight plea of guilty to the charge. I've prepared a statement of defendant on plea of guilty, which I've discussed with him. And we go ahead and save that so it appears for your honor. And I believe I have, I need to sign the form myself.
For the record, is your name Andrew Tim Bench?
Yes.
Mr. Bench, do you disagree with anything at all that your attorney just said?
No, Your Honor.
I'm looking at a statement of defendant on plea of guilty to 1 count of theft in the 3rd degree. Have you gone over the plea process with your attorney?
Yes.
And if you had any questions about what it meant to plead guilty, was your question answered?
Yes.
Now, the plea form tells me you're 28 years of age. Any issues reading, understanding the English language?
No.
I'll take that as a no. Oh, the plea is to 1 count of theft in the 3rd degree, which is a gross misdemeanor. The maximum penalty on conviction would be 364 days in jail and or a $5,000 fine. I'd be free to impose that regardless of what's recommended. You realize that?
Yes.
If I accept the plea, you give up the rights contained in paragraph 5 on the form. No trial, no appeal, no witnesses, simply a sentencing, and that would conclude the matter. You realize that?
Yes.
With that in mind, as to 1 count of theft in the 3rd degree alleged to have occurred within the city of Yelm on May 20th of 2020, 17, how do you plead guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
You make that plea of your own free will.
Yes.
Anybody make any threats or promises to you to make you plead guilty?
No.
Will find your plea to be freely, knowingly, and voluntarily made. And your statement in paragraph 11 in the plea form does satisfy the factual elements of the offense. I've heard the recommendation. This is a sentence. Is there anything you'd like to tell me? You have a right of elocution. You can tell me anything you wish. You don't have to say anything. But now's the time. If you think you're shaking your head no, I'll take that as a you don't have anything you think I should know.
Everything's kosher.
Mr. Ratcliffe, anything further?
Nothing to add, Your Honor. Ask the court to follow the recommendation.
I'm going to follow the recommendation. All jail time, 364 suspended on the condition you have law-abiding behavior. That's the only condition I'm really focusing on here. There is a $250 probation fee, which you can pay over time. If there's an issue making the probation fees, I want you to get in touch with us. We can deal with that. That's pretty easy. The only thing that I'm really concerned with is stay out of trouble. Learn something from this. We all make mistakes. If we don't learn from them, we're condemned to repeat them. I've said that many times. Mr. Bench, I want to thank you for appearing. You take care of yourself. I'll be signing electronically the paperwork involved in this case. You'll be sent a copy of it and review it carefully. And if you have any questions, be in touch with Mr. Haverco. Give him a call. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Bench, I want to thank you for appearing. You take care and good luck to you.
Thank you. All right. Bye-bye.
I believe Latasha Beckman has just arrived.
Now we're back on record.
Oh, we need a prosecutor, I think.
Good morning, ma'am.
So this is Latasha Beckman. She's item number 1 on the 11 o'clock calendar. This is Latasha Beckman. She's item number 1 on the 11 o'clock calendar.
Good afternoon, ma'am. For the record, is your name Latasha Dawn Beckman?
And I'm
Good
going to
afternoon.
submit.
I'll defer to your attorney for
Thank you,
the
Judge.
status of the matter.
Go ahead and sign this. And we're just submitting a defense motion to continue waiving 4 months out, just reset it in the ordinary course. Just need to have some additional plea discussions with the city.
Ms. Beckman, I'm pulling up and looking at a motion to continue the matter. That's the resolution of any criminal case involves a lot of discussion, a lot of consideration, a lot of thought. For that reason, we're going to reset the matter, give you a chance to look into the case a little bit further. We'll set the matter out to. I'll defer to the clerk for court's convenience.
Whatever. Yeah, I'd probably set it into next month. Yeah.
The 13th.
Yeah.
Is available. Beckman, we're sending the matter over to April 13th at 11 o'clock in the morning. I'm signing an order to that effect electronically as we speak. I'll want you to pick up a copy of today's order at the window outside the courtroom to your left. Stay in touch with Mr. Haverco, and we'll see you back here in April. Good luck to you, and thank you for appearing.
Thank you so much.
This is Jennifer Lawrence. She's
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good morning.
she is item numbers 3 and 4 on the 11 o'clock calendar. And so, yeah, you won't see it. Yeah, and so the matter of Ms. Lawrence, our criminal matter, comes before the court for a pretrial hearing on a driving while license suspended, first degree. Parties have reached an agreement. She's going to enter a straight plea guilty to the reduced charge, amended to driving while license suspended in the second degree. I have discussed with her that there are nevertheless an additional license suspension for a conviction for that crime, but unlike suspended first degree, there's no mandatory jail time that can, we're ready to proceed, Judge.
Ms. Lawrence, for the record first, is your name Jennifer Gutierrez Lawrence?
Yes.
So I'm looking at a statement of defendant to an amended charge of driving license suspended or revoked in the second degree, reduced from a charge of first degree. DWS second degree is a gross misdemeanor. Maximum penalty for that would be 364 days of incarceration and or a $5,000 fine. I'd be free to impose that up to the maximum, regardless of what's recommended by the city and your attorney. You realize that? Statement tells me you're 37 years of age. Any issues, any problems at all reading, understanding the plea process and the form? If I accept the plea, you give up the rights contained in paragraph 5. There's no trial, no appeal. simply a sentencing, and that would conclude the matter. You realize that.
Yes.
With that in mind, as to one count of driving license suspended or revoked in the second degree alleged to have occurred within the city of Yelm on November 17th of 2022, how do you plead guilty or not guilty? You make that plea of your own free will.
Yes.
Anybody make any threats or promises to you to make you plead guilty? I will find the plea to be freely, knowingly, and voluntarily made. Now, in addition to the criminal matter, there's a couple of infractions alleged. Is there an agreement regarding the disposition of them?
I don't know if the city is willing to dismiss those.
Ms. Lawrence, I've heard the recommendation of the city. Anything to add, Mr. Raphael? Mr. Hamilton, anything to add?
Nothing to add, Your Honor. I ask the court to follow the recommendation.
Ms. Lawrence, you have a right of elocution, they call it. You can tell me anything you think I should know. You don't have to say anything, but if you have anything I should know and you want to tell me, now is the time. You know, as part of every sentencing, what I do is review the record of the individual. And what I have to say at this time is your record is when it comes to alcohol related offenses, it's one of the worst ones I've ever seen. I've seen worse, but not many. You are, quite frankly, the poster child for somebody that eventually I read the name in the paper. They're either dead because they were in an accident that killed them, or they're in jail because, or the hospital because they ran into somebody and killed them. I don't know how many homicide cases I've been involved in on the Superior Court level over the years. Been way too many, and in those cases, there's never a winner. There's never a winner. Everybody loses. The defendant has to live with the knowledge that they did something that they never would have dreamed of doing had they been sober. And the person who's now in the graveyard, they leave family, sometimes children behind them, maybe a family that was in the car or friends that were in the vehicle at the time of the accident. That's now, as your attorney alluded to earlier, driving a license suspended in the first degree, there's some pretty significant mandatory jail time. And I'm seriously considering imposing some significant jail time, not 364 days, but some jail time in your case today. That's I'm not seeing anything in your record that indicates to me that you're learning from any of your experiences. I'm not seeing it in your record, and I'm not seeing it today in your demeanor. But I am going to follow the recommendation that's made by the parties. But I'm going to tell you this: if one of the 364 is deferred, that's deferred for 2 years. I'm going to invoke 2 years jurisdiction in this case. And I guarantee you this: if you have any alcohol-related offenses, I very likely will impose 364 days in jail. That doesn't seem to have deterred you in the past at all, but I'm certainly hoping that you'll take a good look in the mirror and realize that you're just not on the right path here. It's that I don't know what it's going to take, and it may. I represented somebody once who was in a similar situation that wound up sitting in jail for 2 years on back-to-back DUI convictions. Because that person did not want to go through the treatment, et cetera, et cetera. Maybe that's what it's going to take. Time is going to tell. I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. I cannot tell. All I can do is based on my experience, which is approaching a half a century. It's hard to believe. I'm not optimistic that anything's going to change. I certainly hope it does, but whether it does or not is up to one person, and I'm looking at her right now. Good luck to you. I am one of those that believes, has limited faith in the effectiveness of jail time to change somebody's course of behavior in life. But I'm a believer in it to the extent that it's sometimes it's necessary for public safety. That's the safety of the other people that are using the road out there, just going about their lives, hoping that they'll be able to get home at the end of the day to family, friends, to whatever. Ms. Lawrence, I don't know what to say other than that, and I hope that at least a little bit of what I've said is sunk in. Good luck to you.
Yeah, and before you go, if you want copies of the paper, just take a left, go to the clerk's office and she'll print it.
Yes, today's paperwork, the guilty plea form and the JNS, the judgment and sentence, that will be available for you to pick up at the window outside the courtroom to your left. Please review it carefully, and if you have any question at all about the paperwork, please give Mr. Haverco a phone call, okay?
All right, thank you.
Take care.
Mr. Willoughby? This is Mr. Willoughby, he is number
Any shot. Just
10 on the 11 o'clock calendar.
one moment, please.
Oh, yes, sir.
I can sign a lot faster than I can click.
We're just gonna do a motion for continuance today, I think, as we talked about. Yeah. Not yet. Yeah, it's okay. Okay, the sign here. There's a motion.
I can't see it.
All right.
This is Mr. Willoughby.
This is Mr. Willoughby, yeah. So we've just submitted a motion for continuance. So DUI case and, need to work on an evaluation process, see where we're at.
Willoughby, hearing no objection from the city, I will reset the matter. Now, you may have heard me what I was talking about earlier. This offense is one that sometimes leads to tragic results. My whole approach with this type of case is, hey, if there's a problem, let's see what we can do to fix it. In any event, we'll continue the matter to
Sounds good? Sure.
April 13th. April 13th, probably at 11 o'clock, same time. Stay in touch with your attorney. Any conditions of release earlier set remain in effect, of course, through until changed otherwise. Any questions at all, Mr. Willoughby?
I was just wondering if we could like maybe go another week.
I have no problem if we can kick it up.
If we could, please.
Sure.
We can, if that's necessary.
Please, yeah.
No, sure. I'm gonna go talk to Mr. Conk.
Dave?
Okay, so we're all.
Nope. We will do that. I don't want to interfere with other things going on in your life.
Thank you very much, sir.
We'll simply reset it to out for a week further. April 27th at 11 o'clock. Signing the order to reset, Mr. Willoughby, you can get a copy of that by going to the window outside the courtroom and to your immediate left. And again, stay in touch with your attorney.
All right, perfect.
Good luck to you.
Good.
That's it.
All right.
That's it. Hearing concluded.